Hyundai recently launched Genesis as their own luxury division, and they had a pretty cool setup here at the Chicago Auto Show that was really well done. So I figured we'd check it out, take a look around, and see what they've got. So the first vehicle that I'm going to show you here is the Vision G concept, and this was a really stylish little thing. So it's going to be, if they make it, a replacement for the Genesis Coupe, just a little bit more upscale, and the design of it is really stunning, especially with that polished silver exterior color there. Kind of reminds me of like the 1940s streamlined luxury trains. It's really cool. It's pretty big in size, but it's a really stylish looking thing. So I think it looks really good, and they've done a good job designing it. So next we have the G90, and they actually had two of these on display. This is more of a higher end car. This is their top end model. It's about the size of an S-Class for the price of an E-Class Mercedes. Has LED running lights in the front. Looks really nice. It's kind of subtle in design, but that's really what buyers in this class of vehicle want. So I think it looks pretty good. You can see the Genesis emblem there floating on the bumper. And it's a pretty big car as well, but somehow it looks really nice. And here inside, it was just amazing. So you can see the screen there is buried in the dash. You've got an analog and digital instrument cluster, and the center console kind of looks like that of an Audi A8. There's lots of piano black and aluminum trim. Looks really nice. Has some wood trim on there as well. The back seat was huge. So you can see there, and around the back it's got LED tail lights, just kind of finish off the exterior, and the exhaust outlets there are integrated into the bumper. This one is another G90, has a beige interior, and when you close and open the doors, there's just a very solid sound. It sounds really high quality. You can see all the wood trim on the dash and whatnot. Really well done. And here in the back, this was really cool. So there's a display on the back of each front seat, and you can control that from the back seat here. So there's a little controller in the center, and you can see it's placed pretty nicely there, the display is. And so you can control a lot of functions from the car on this controller from the back seat. And so you've also got climate control there as well, and heated seats. So whatever you do on one of these screens is independent from another screen in the car. So if you're adjusting the radio or the navigation or even vehicle settings, it's going to be independent from the other two screens in the car, which is pretty awesome. So let's say your driver up front is displaying navigation and you want to change the radio from the back seat. You're not going to interrupt that. So it's a really cool setup, and I think the display looked really nice. It was very responsive, and just the color scheme and everything looked very upscale. It was really good, really well done. And you can see the wood trim on the back of the front seats there. This is the G80. This is kind of more their entry-level model. It's about the size of a 5 Series for the price of a 3 Series, basically. And this one wasn't quite as nice as the G90. You can see the leather on the driver's seats is already cracking a little bit, more so on the bottom, which you can't see in the video. But overall, the interior seemed pretty nice. I have a display there buried in the dash. Looks really good. We got some buttons and knobs there on the center stack that all felt pretty well made, really. And so it was a decent interior. There's some perforated leather and real wood trim. You can feel the graining in the wood. It was really nice. So overall, the G80 had a pretty decent interior, but it wasn't quite like that of the G90. And not quite as much rear seat space, of course. So they also had some kind of air freshener going, and the whole place just smelled like a rich cologne. It was wonderful. And with the lighting and everything, it just looked really well done. And I was pretty impressed with it.